for our MedMutual products, I want to go through what we call our bundled benefit package. This has been a good, I'm going to try to pull it up here. Here's our brochure. This has been a good solution for people needing an alternative option for healthcare. They don't get it through their employer. Going through the health insurance marketplace isn't a great option for them. Obviously, with the rules of the short-term medical plans changing, where those are now much more limited than they used to be and pretty much going to be non-existent, is we feel like this is going to be a good option for a lot of people. The plan consists of anywhere between 1 to up to 5 different policies. It's kind of customizable based on the client's needs, budget, that kind of stuff. So we made this brochure. It's pretty self-explanatory, but each option that we use in this bundled benefit package is going to start with our specified disease policy. Now I'm going to break down each one of these policies as well. So just bear with me here. Now, this is a fillable brochure, so you can technically come in and delete and change these to coordinate with any benefit level we have for this plans. We feel if the person's using this as their primary coverage, they're going to want the 100% co-insurance up to $1 million on the specified disease and the accident plan for obvious reasons. It's the best level they can get. And so we're looking at our specified disease plan. After a $5,000 deductible, they get 100% coverage up to $1 million. Same with the accident, $5,000 deductible, 100% coverage up to $1 million. So in this brochure, both of those plans are going to come with the coverage. We're assuming that that's going to be what the client will want. Obviously, it's customizable, or if that's all they want, that's fine too, or just one of those, that's fine as well. But then when we get down to the 4 options that we have in here, the additional benefits you see under basic, essential, enhanced, and premier are going to be on top of the specified disease up to $1 million and the accident up to $1 million. So under our basic package, we also would include a hospital indemnity plan that pays up to $2,000 a day for hospital confinement. It has an ICU benefit, chemo and radiation, a surgeon's benefit that goes up to a certain dollar amount, which again, I'm going to get into all these details here in a second. So I'm just walking through the options of what this looks like on this brochure. We pay anesthesiologist benefit and day of surgery benefit based on what we paid on the surgeon's benefit for a surgery. This is all no deductible coverage. So there's a couple examples where this would work is if they have something not covered by this specified disease or accident plan, then these benefits are going to come into play. If they have something covered by one of these benefits are still going to pay. They pay above and beyond any insurance, including anything here. And so makes it pretty easy to say, well, if you're hospitalized with a heart attack, and you're in there for 4 days, you're going to get $2,000 a day for those 4 days, which is $8,000, which is going to cover your $5,000 deductible. Heart attacks covered under the specified disease plan. So there's going to be a $3,000 excess, which would just come to you to use at your discretion, right? And so you can see the benefits outlined there. There is a wellness benefit in most states on that specified disease plan. So we actually put it down here because it fits more in line with the benefits listed here of up to $200 per year for a wellness benefit. That's actually part of the specified disease plan in most states. Again, every state has can have a little bit of a quirky different policy that we had to abide by. So what I'm going to talk about today is what most states allowed. Obviously, double check the policy situation in your state and make sure that all applies. So, but on that basic package, we would stop there. So they have their specified disease plan. They have their accident plan, both go up to $1 million. We add that hospital indemnity plan with the $2,000 a day with the surgical benefits. Again, that wellness benefits covered under that specified disease plan, and then no other outpatient care. This is a really good fit for people that they just don't want insurance, but they want to have something. They don't go to the doctor very often, or if they do, they're willing to pay cash, or they use a direct primary care provider. someone that just doesn't need a lot of outpatient care. Then we can leave that off. Obviously, it's going to save them monthly premiums, and then they can pay as they go. Or again, those direct primary cares are pretty big. So this is a very good option for those people. And generally, the people we're finding that are not wanting, they would be a good fit for a short-term medical, or they're not wanting a plan through the health insurance marketplace for whatever reason. It's because they're healthier, or they have enough money to pay that small stuff as they go. They're just not using that much. But again, if something crazy happens, they have a bad accident or cancer or heart attack or something crazy just comes out of nowhere, they want to protect their assets. And that's kind of what we're doing here. Now, with each level that we go up, essential, enhanced, premier, really all we're doing as we go up is we're just adding more outpatient care, as you can see, as we go up. When we get to the premier package, we do add some more surgical benefits, as you can see here. Okay. And a little bit smaller, an increase on the hospital indemnity per day. But everything, for the most difference, it's starting here in the outpatient care. So this same plan that we added here to get the 2,000 a day has a rider we can add to get these outpatient care benefits on. Again, these are all no deductible. So then they get 4 doctor visits per year, pays up to $100 per visit. And then, and you can read, everyone can read this. So I was just thinking out loud here, but that's the outpatient rider on the indemnity plan that we use. It's technically a dual rider. There's 2 of them, a small one and a large one, they call it. So we just put both on there, and that gives them these outpatient benefits. Moving up to enhanced, we have an outpatient indemnity plan. We have 2 options there. And so to get them in a little bit more coverage, as you can see, a lot of these go up a little bit. Just to give them a little more outpatient coverage. They just want a little bit more in that outpatient world. We're going to add one of those plans on as well. So then we'll increase those benefits. And then on the premier package, we don't add any more outpatient care. That all stays the same. The only thing we're adding there is a little bit more of that surgical, increasing that by $4,000, as well as that small amount there. So that's kind of the basis of our bundled benefit package that we call it. Again, great fit for people that need an alternative health plan. Doesn't really matter what option they take, basic to premier. Having these 2 at 100% coinsurance up to $1 million is a real strong foundation. So here it's kind of just based on, again, budget. Do they want more outpatient care just in case? And if it fits in their budget, maybe it's just nice to put it on there. So those things are all going to be dictated by the conversation of the customer. So when we go down and break down each one of these policies, obviously the first one that we start with is that specified disease policy, which I know we've talked about in the past. So we have the plan of specified diseases, coverage for all of the following diseases or any diagnostic code under these following diseases. I think there's 20 plus diseases here. Anything that's diagnostically coded to any of these diseases would be a covered situation, right? So the example I always use is cardiovascular disease. Well, there's a lot of things that fall under that. Heart attack, stent placement, gastrointestinal disease. I talked to a customer last week or the week before that had an appendicitis come up. Well, that's technically attached to that gastrointestinal disease, gallbladder disease. So all these things, if they have a diagnostic code tied to them, is going to be covered under that specified disease plan. Again, we do have the 5 options for benefit levels there. We feel that the 5,000 up to 100% coinsurance up to $1 million is the best for these situations. Again, the wellness benefit is included in most states, not all. So pretty self-explanatory plan. Anything under those diseases will be treated like that on an annual basis. If you have multiple things that come up, let's say you have pneumonia and COVID, and then, let's say you have a really bad year and you end up in the hospital with a heart attack. Just like regular insurance, that deductible for the year and up to that $1 million per year. Okay. So the next option there, when we looked at that bundled benefit, we started with our specified disease. We went to that accident. Again, we have the same plan, but for accidents only. what most people want insurance for is injury and illness. So they have their major illness covered with our specified disease plan, their accident covered with our accident plan. Again, we have the same 5 options. Like we said on the first one, if they're using this as their main coverage, they probably want the 100% co-insurance up to $1 million, right? And honestly, prices don't vary that much between any of these. So it's the best they can get. So I don't know why we wouldn't just do that anyways, regardless. But in this situation, we definitely recommend that. So again, anything tied to an accident, same rules apply. 5,000 deductible up to 100% co-insurance, emergency room, urgent care, inpatient, outpatient, anything tied to an accident. If they end up having physical therapy, etc., covered in that calendar year based on the benefits you have. So that's the first 2 levels of that bundle benefit brochure that we talked about. The third one, when we get down into the basic, essential, enhanced, and premier, when we started these top benefits for hospital confinement, is what we call our affordable cost solution hospital indemnity plan. Again, with an indemnity plan, it means no deductible. Benefits are paid day one based on the policy. And if it's a covered situation, again, it pays above and beyond the specified disease or accident plan. So if you're in the hospital or have a surgery related to one of those 2, it's likely just covering that $5,000 deductible for you. When we get into the benefit levels, the brochure starts with 4,000 at the top. Our brochure over here, we start at 2,000. We don't sell a lot of the 4,000. It says here you may also apply for daily benefits of $2,000 for days 1 through 5, $1,000 days 6 through 30, and $500 days 31 through 180. That's the benefit level we're choosing here, where it says 2,000 a day is right here what they talk about. We just don't sell enough of the 4,000. So we didn't include it in our bundled benefit brochure. A few things that are just baked into that plan of the intensive care unit, the 1,000 a day, the outpatient chemo and radiation 1,000 a day. Again, if they're getting chemo and radiation treatments, it's still going to fall under that specified disease plan. So any benefit that plan paid there is just, again, going to be on top of that specified disease plan. And then we get into our surgical benefits. So we have 2 levels. We call it up to a 6,000 or up to a 12,000 per year in surgical benefits. And so what happens in these plans is a surgical schedule gets attached to them that basically lists every surgery there is. And based on what the surgery is, we'll pay up to a certain dollar amount for that surgery. And it's on the 6,000 plan, it's up to 3,000 per one surgery, up to 6,000 for the year. And on the 12,000, it's a max of 6,000 for one surgery, and any combination of surgeries up to 12,000 for the year. Obviously, smaller surgeries will come with a smaller benefit because the surgeon doing that surgery is not going to have as big of a fee. Larger surgeries would come with a larger benefit. And we pay whatever's said in that policy. So if someone's having an appendectomy, getting their appendix removed, we're going to pay based on whatever schedule it has there. And that's, again, only for the surgeon, because that surgeon doing that surgery is going to have their hands in that bucket, right? They're going to charge a bill. So we're going to pay that. And then automatically, whatever we paid there, we'd pay another 25% anesthesiologist fee and another 125% day of surgery fee. These seem to be the largest surgery benefits I've seen on some indemnity products out there, the Manhattan Lifes, the Allstates, and some of those. These seem to be bigger kickers and bigger surgery benefits than those that I've seen. So if we put someone on the largest plan, the 6,000 per year up to 12,000, and we take these kickers in here, it's essentially a 2.5 times benefit. So the 12,000 times 2.5, they're up to $30,000 a year worth of surgical schedule. Okay, for the surgeon's fee itself. So a pretty large benefit. And again, that's all going to be paid on top of anything paid on the daily amount. And again, on top of anything paid on the other 2 plans, depending on why the person's having the surgery. Again, if it's something that's unrelated to that, then they have a no deductible surgical benefit for some of that stuff. So pretty strong coverage there. And then our rider. So as we get into the essential package, so that's essentially right there would be our basic package, our specified disease or accident, and then that first top portion of the Affordable Cost Solutions indemnity plan. Well, when we get into the outpatient, the doctor visits and down, that's also part of this Affordable Cost Solutions indemnity plan, but just as a rider. We have two riders that we can add. There's this what we call the small rider. It's just these benefits outlined here. Okay. $50 on the doctor visit, and so on and so forth. Everyone can read this. And then we have this second rider that we can add. So you can add both. Again, it just increases, adds another $50 for the doctor visit, and adds a few more things there. So obviously, light columns we would just add. So you'd get double the benefit in light columns, which is what you're seeing here, right? Up to $100 for the office visits. That's because this small rider has 50 and this rider has 50. Okay, so up to 100. And so that's all the benefits you see there by adding both those riders on that plan. Technically, it's the same policy. So if someone took the essential package, they would have three policies. They have the specified disease, the accident, the affordable cost solutions, plus the rider of that affordable cost solutions. When we move to the enhanced package, we're adding another policy. Okay, we have a outpatient fixed indemnity policy. Again, it's an indemnity policy, so no deductible, pays before deductible. And it's an outpatient type plan. So there's no inpatient benefits. There's no hospital or surgical benefits. It's all for outpatient. And we have two levels here. Either level is going to come with these top preventative care benefits. Okay, noted. So either level we select would come with that. And then we have option 1 and option 2, which then come with the benefits shown in that column. For our bundled benefit brochure, and we're getting into the enhanced package, we are adding the outpatient plan option 2. And that's where you're seeing these new totals come up here. Okay. So we add that outpatient option 2. It's going to increase some of the preventative care. Again, all that goes on top of the wellness benefit that's already included in the specified disease plan. And then anything in option 2, like it shows another $25 for the 4 doctor visits. So that's why here it shows $125 for 4 doctor visits. Again, no deductible. So that's there. And then when we want to move up to, so that's all we did is we just added option 2 of this outpatient indemnity plan to get the additional benefits on our enhanced package. And then our last option, the premier package, again, all the benefits on the outpatient are staying the same. You'll notice here we added an additional surgical benefit, an additional hospital, small little $100 a day plus more surgery. So on this ACS, we're generally choosing the largest surgical schedule we can. Now, technically, the way that it reads, it's a 3-6 or 6-12 surgical schedule. So you could choose either one. Some of that might boil down to benefit, but we like to choose the largest one if we can. And then when we add that additional one, we have this other hospital indemnity plan that is very customizable. We can go in there and select option 1, which is $100 a day benefit. That's why you see this little thing go from $2,000 to $2,100, because we have to have something selected there. So we just select the cheapest option for the additional indemnity. But then we would select our surgical schedule D, or up 4,000 is what it is. So that increases that total surgical benefit another $4,000. Again, they still get the additional anesthesiologist and day of surgery benefit on there. And it does increase a little bit of the ambulance benefit. So that's what you're seeing here. If we want someone to have just more surgical benefits, obviously you saw some of the ambulance stuff jump up because that's included as well. That's why this premier package looks the same most of the part, except right here is we just wanted to get a little more surgery benefits in there. And remember, all that surgical benefit coverage there is at no deductible. So we feel pretty confident that if it's a major surgery, it's probably going to be related to a specified disease or an accident, right? If it's not, if it's kind of something in between that, if they have that premier package and have that much no deductible surgical schedule up to, and the way it pays with these bonus 25% and 125% for anesthesiologists and day of surgery benefit, they're going to be covered pretty well. I'm thinking like tubes in an ear, adenoids removed, something like that. They're probably going to be covered better than a family plan with a $19,000 or $20,000 deductible like we see on the marketplace. So again, a great option. All these plans are very good. I just wanted to go through this benefit, this bundled benefit brochure to kind of break it down and really what we're doing when we're adding these levels on. So you can see that again, we're starting with our specified disease and our accident plan. Then we're adding that affordable cost solution hospital indemnity plan. And then we're just kind of with the rider for the next level, and then our outpatient and then our indemnity. So it's not really that much different as we move up. We're just adding more coverage as we go up there. And again, to give people choices and to make sure that they have good options to pick from. Again, I think this is really hitting home with anyone that's not eligible for a marketplace plan or does not want one for whatever reason, or it's just not a good fit, or the short-term medical space kind of going away. This is really going to fill a void there. So when you go and apply for these in the e-app, I can show that pretty quickly here. Obviously, you log into your e-app portal that we have. Again, your producer number to log into the e-app, your user ID number is different than your writing number. Your writing number is going to be plugged in there once you log in. Go to your quoting and enrollment. Again, you can start with you'll see all the plans listed. You can start with any one you want. Obviously, if you're going to quote one of those bundled benefits, you start with your start with that specified disease plan. Put in the status of the person, and then you're just going to find the plans that you want, right? So we kind of all know how to get to this deductible, the one that we want, 5,000 with $1 million. So once I'm there, if I want to add that accident plan, right? Okay, I want to do that. 5,000, 100% coinsurance up to $1 million. I select that one. What I want, right? Add that. Now I want that. Let's say that person decided they wanted the premier package. So we're just going to add them all. My affordable cost solutions. Okay. Now, again, in some states, both riders aren't available. That's why you're seeing no and no, and the small rider and the big rider. The zip code I just entered is in a state that technically doesn't have the small rider. So what we'd be selecting is $2,000 a day. And again, you can do the 3 or 6 surgery. You want both riders on there. Or you look for the 2,000 a day, both riders, and the 612 surgery. Again, depends on what you're looking for. Again, that's probably going to boil down to your budget. Right, pick the one you want, add that selection. Now we want that outpatient fixed indemnity plan. So that's right here. Hit the plus button. It's going to pull up. Again, you can do option 1, option 2, or both options. With our bundled benefit one, under enhanced, we are adding option 2, which is right there. Shows you right here, option 2. Add that selection. And then if we want to go all the way up to the premier on that, we just click over that hospital confinement indemnity plan. That's our second hospital confinement indemnity plan. Affordable cost solution is the first one. We click that. We're going to want the 100 a day benefit with our 4,000 surgical schedule. Click that one, add it, and now I have my total for everything. I can select, and it breaks it all down. My specified disease, my affordable cost. Now it doesn't put these in any specific order. So I have all the plans that I want, shows my total, and I hit begin application and follow the steps. So the steps are the same when you're applying, whether you have one policy selected or all of them. You still go through the same place, but it is very easy to just start with the specified disease, and then based on what package they're going to get, basic, essential, enhanced, or premier, you just start clicking the add buttons and selecting the proper benefits. Very simple, very easy to do. And again, once you're there, hit select, begin application, and go through the same process. So if you guys have any questions, obviously you can reach out to me, but I know a lot of us are selling 2 or 3 carriers to get that kind of coverage. With MedMutual, we can kind of in-house it, by using that bundled benefit brochure and package. We can really in-house it, and that way you have one carrier, one premium, and it's just a little bit easier to work with. So if there's any questions on that, please feel free to reach out. And I can definitely make sure you have everything you need.